Leonard Luciano. I'm the Essex County District 4 freeholder, and I am pleased to say that I am going to be honoring the Landroids Robotics Club here with my colleague, Vice President of the Freeholder Board, Patricia Siebold. Before I do that, as I always do when I have an audience of students here, I just try to give you a little brief background about county government. The county is run by a county executive. His name is Joseph DiVincenzo Jr., and our legislative branch of the government are the 9 Board of Chosen Freeholders. On that board you have 5 districts, and the districts are cut almost like slices in a pizza out of the 22 municipalities in Essex. And then you have 4 freeholders that are considered freeholders at large, and they represent all 22 municipalities. I really enjoy when I get to honor students because I am of 9 years a public school teacher myself. As you can tell, hopefully, by the way I still look, I'm not too old. I'm the youngest member of the Freeholder Board, so it wasn't long ago when I sat in your shoes, and literally sat in your shoes, or most of your shoes, because what you may not know about me is I am a graduate of Livingston High School, so I was a Lancer. So welcome being here tonight. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, and that is Freeholder Vice President Patricia Siebold.
Good evening. It really is a great honor for me tonight to recognize the Landroids of the Livingston Robotics Club for winning first place Inspire Award at the 2012 First Tech Challenge World Championship. For a lot of reasons, this is special for me because you are all from Livingston. I have lived in Livingston for 50 years. My 2 children graduated from the Livingston school system, and I currently have 3 grandchildren who attend the Livingston school system, 1 at the high school. I first learned about the Landroids about 2 years ago when I met Pearl Wang, who is your judging and project coach. I met her at a meeting I was at and found out about you for the very first time. And I have followed what you are doing in the West Essex Tribune very carefully whenever there is an article about you which appears. And of course, Pearl Wang tells me that she knows me from about 20 years ago when she was coming before the Freeholder Board, very active for mountain biking in the reservations. And at that time, I was one of the only freeholders who believed that there ought to be mountain biking allowed in certain portions of the park. And I still do believe that, but that's a whole other story. Now we're back to this, and I am really just thrilled to be recognizing you tonight. The Landroids, a First Tech Challenge Team 4220 of the Livingston Robotics Club, won the first place Inspire Award at the 2012 First Tech Challenge World Championship held at the Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis, Missouri on April 28, 2012. First, for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology, is a nonprofit organization that designs accessible and innovative robotics and science competitions to inspire young people to pursue science, technology, and engineering. Landroids, the founding team of the Livingston Robotics Club, a 5th-year private neighborhood science and robotics team in Livingston, New Jersey, began with a group of friends that have now completed their sophomore years in high school. The team is comprised of Stanley Chung, Cage Faristad, Brian Lee, Carlin Ye, and Ivana Chu of Livingston High School, and Vijay Menon of Ridge High School. John Ye, who is here tonight, is the robotics coach, co-founder, and vice president of the Livingston Robotics Club and director of its FTC division. And Pearl Wang is the judging and project coach, co-founder and president of the Livingston Robotics Club, and director of its FLL division. Landroids competes in various robotics and science competitions and has won multiple first-place national and international awards. The team meets year-round, 25-30 hours per week, outside of school, and also devotes a good deal of time to mentoring others, conducting outreach activities, helping to expand the club, exhibited as the first student STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math ambassador for FIRST, Google, Lego, and X Prize Foundation, and has hosted various robotics exhibitions at Liberty Science Center. Do you have time to do your schoolwork? The annual FIRST Challenge event was held from April 25th to April 28th, 2012, when 30,000 participants, fans, families, educators, celebrities, and industry leaders gathered to celebrate students' engineering prowess. More than 640 teams from 32 countries participated in the 4 different levels of competition: Junior First Lego League, First Lego League, First Tech Challenge, and First Robotics Competition. Landroids 4220 competed in the First Tech Challenge, FTC, against 128 teams from 13 countries that were selected from 2,100 teams around the world. Landroids first won the New Jersey State Inspire Award, thereby earning its invitation to the World Championship in St. Louis, where they competed in the Bowled Over Challenge, for which they had to design and build a robot using a given kit plus other permitted parts. The robot was supposed to be operated in both autonomous and tele-operated modes within 2.5 minutes, while pairing up with different alliances and opponents. The robot had to be robust enough to push a bowling ball, pick out magnetic balls, place racket balls into crates, and then stack or lift the crates as high as possible to score points. And with that, I will turn the mic over to Freeholder Luciano.
Thank you. Landroids was the only undefeated team for 2 days through the preliminary rounds and was the only team to address all aspects of the design challenges with a robot that was a consistent performer and versatile enough to complete all tasks, but fell just short in the final round, finishing second. For its outstanding performance, the team was presented the Inspire Award, the highest honor in FTC that is given to a team that embodies the challenge of the FTC program, best represents itself as a role model, is a top contender for all judging categories, and is a strong competitor in the field. And as such, Landroids 4220 has been inducted into the FTC Hall of Fame. The team also won the World Championship Finalist Alliance Captain Award, second place in overall robot performance, the Franklin Division Winning Alliance Captain Award, and was nominated for both the Rockwell Collins Innovative Award and the Think Award. In addition to building robots, 2 members of the Landroids 4220 are part of this St. Barnabas Medical Center Robotic Surgery Internship. 3 members are recipients of the 2012 U.S. Army Research and Engineering Apprentice Program and internships at NJIT, Biophysics, and Mechanical Engineering departments. All 6 members are again summer interns with NJIT's Biomedical Engineering and also worked as the NJIT Real World Connections Summer Programs Robotics Instructors at NJIT in 2011. And 3 members are again working as the Android Apps Instructors at RWC in 2012. Now therefore, be it resolved that the Essex County Board of Chosen Freeholders hereby congratulates and commends the members and coaches of the Landroids for their outstanding accomplishments and for winning the first place Inspire Award at the 2012 First Tech Challenge World Championship.
At this point, I would like to call up John Ye and Pearl Wang, the robotics coach, co-founder and vice president, and the judging and project coach, co-founder and president. And while they're walking up, I'd like to introduce our freeholder attorney, Michael Parlavecchio. Joe is his father, I apologize. Michael Parlavecchio, and also our freeholder clerk, Deborah Davis Ford. Thank you. At this point, we're going to call all of the Landroids up one by one to receive their resolutions. So I thought it would be a good idea if the two of them called you by your names, because perhaps I pronounced your names incorrectly when I gave them before.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here, and thank you for this opportunity. We'd like to call our member, Ivana Chu. Stanley Chan. Carlin Ye. Brian Lee. Gage Farristad. BJ Menon.
Now, after we take some pictures, you are going to be able to see a fantastic demonstration created by this wonderful group. So make sure you wait for just a minute and don't move, because you will be overwhelmed by what you see. Each member speak, so listen carefully. Who's going first?
Hi, I'm Brian Lee, and I'm the programmer on the team. So what I basically do is I program these robots so that they move correctly. And there's also an autonomous period, so I have to program the robots to know what they're doing on the field without human control. And then there's a teleop period where the driver can control the robot.
Hi, my name is Vana Chu. I'm the graphics designer of the team. I help make their bulletin boards and help them look nice.
Hi, I'm VJ Menon. I'm one of the robot drivers and also help out with the building. And I'm currently working on fundraising and the community outreach.
Hi, I'm Gage Farristad. I do CAD, so I make like a virtual model of the robot on my computer and help with building.
Hi, I'm Carlin Ye, and I do building.
Hello, my name is Stanley Chung, and I'm the electronics person and a backup programmer, so I normally work with the custom sensors on these robots.
Do you have an explanation of what you're going to show now, or do we just watch? You'll talk about it while you do it. Wonderful. Thank you. It's all yours. Do you need the microphone? Yeah. Okay.
All right, so this is this year's robot. This is the one that won first place. You're going to lift some crates? All right, so on it, you might see on the side that says 4220. It's got this arm. Right now, it might look small. It's only about 18 inches tall. But when he expands it, it's going to expand to about 8 feet. The entire thing is powered off 380 rubber bands and is almost entirely homemade. You want to say anything?
Okay. So right now the robot is harpooning the crates. It's sticking the harpoons into the small holes of the crate, and if he backs out, okay, when he backs out, all right. So it's attached to the scissor arm by a string. And do you have any crates? Or okay, never mind. So he's gonna raise the crate right now, like that. So in the game, every 6 inches that the crate is raised, it's 10 points. So we built this arm to be as tall and structurally stable as possible. And Gage over here, actually, he made a virtual model of the arm, and he actually stress tested the entire scissor arm before we built it. And if you see over here, there's different holes. We actually drilled out 1,500 holes on the scissor arm to reduce the weight in order to prevent it from maybe falling, and also to increase its structural rigidity.
Anyone else?
One of the other challenges of the First Tech Challenge this year was to be able to detect special magnet balls, and our robot is actually capable of doing so, and was one of the only ones at the world competition who could. So if you see here, we have a magnet ball. It looks just like a regular ball, but there's a magnet inside. When we place it next to the robot, we have these LED lights on the front that will light up to tell us that it's there. So we collect the balls using the tank tread in the back. And as it comes up, it's automatically detected to be a magnet ball and pushed through to the special magnet chute, which we can then score into a special goal on the corner of the 12 by 12 field. So, score.
As you can see, our robots are a bit special. If you look at the wheels, most other robots are kind of structured like a car where they've got all 4 wheels like parallel to one another. Ours are on all 4 corners, which make us able to drive in whatever way we want in whatever direction without ever turning. Colin, you can. So we can slide to the side, slide forward, slide back, which helps us avoid other robots that might want to stop us from scoring. So we can be more agile and stuff.
All right, so every year the game changes. So this is last year's robot, this is this year's robot. So you can see they're very different because every year the missions that we have to do are different, and they're set out by the FTC Game Design Committee at the start of the season. But every year it's on a 12-foot by 12-foot field with 4 teams, and there's 2 alliances of 2 teams each. There's the blue alliance and the red alliance, and whichever alliance completes the most missions and gives them the most score, they win the round. And so this is this year's robot, or last year's robot actually. So last year's robot, it was designed to pick up these batons over here like this from vertical dispensers that fall down like this. So we have a tank tread on this year's robot that collects the batons, and then they sort them one by one over here. And like this year, there was a special magnet baton, and they have to be placed into the center of the rolling hole. So right here, over there on the blue light, it tells us that it's a magnet baton, and we're going to pick it up with the pneumatic arm, which has 4 G connection, and it's going to pick it up, and then we're going to drop it into the center hole over there. And the other batons we can just score into the larger ones on the side. Yeah. Oh.
He's not dangerous. He's getting close.
This one trucking its way. Yeah.
It doesn't do that competition.
In addition to just building these robots, we also reach out to our community and spread what FIRST is about and help others learn about STEM, which is science and technology, engineering and math. So we help volunteer at various events. We host multiple exhibitions, and we will help mentor other robotics teams who may need help.
Thank you very much. Now, all of you, you're all standing and watching because you are just as emotionally interested as I am. This is so wonderful. And you can see why it was so important to me to recognize such a wonderful group, to thank John and to thank Pearl and to thank all of you, and to thank Gary Kresick, who works for the Freeholder Board and did all the hard work to put this together. This was a marvelous, marvelous event, and I'm proud that you are all residents of my hometown. And thank you to Len Luciano, Freeholder Len Luciano, for working with me to do this wonderful job. And before we stop, I just want to say that our Freeholder President, Blondie Watson, is here. Our Freeholder financial person, Frank McInerney, is here. And I think I have covered everyone. So thank you all for being here to see such a marvelous presentation. Thank you.